Lesson 8 is finding direct variation. So there's a couple of ways that we say direct variation. So if we say A varies directly as B, or we can say A is directly proportional to B. So the way we would write both of these means the same thing, is we would put our first letter, which is A, equals, because it varies directly or is directly proportional, it's going to be some constant times B. And we just say K is a constant. So if I had circumference equals 2 pi times the radius, then we know that circumference varies directly as the radius, and the constant would be 2 pi. One thing that we know about A and B is we can write a proportion. We can say A sub 1 over A sub 2 is going to equal B sub 1 over B sub 2. So if we have two different, we know that A varies directly as B, and we have two different values, we can cross multiply here and say A sub 1 times B sub 2 is going to equal A sub 2 times B sub 1. And you can look at example 3 to see an example like this one in your book, which is page 49. One thing to remember is direct variation is always linear. So if we were to graph our direct variation, we would get a straight line, and it will be aligned with the origin. In other words, the y-intercept would be equal to 0. So if you remember our formula for a line, it's y equals mx plus b. So imagine that b is 0, we would just get y equals mx, and here we have y and x are directly proportional. So if you have a straight line that goes through the origin, this is called direct variation. That's the end of lesson 8.